Welcome back to Nick Lenz's Comic Corner, Classic Lessons on Classics. This is episode number 29, 22, it's 2229, Doubleshot number 2123. I have two DC trades here, one from Batman, the other from Superman. First up from Batman, we have Joker Killer's Smile. Yes, this is a book I purchased. This basically collects the 3-issue miniseries by Jeff Lemire. Yes, one of a couple miniseries he wrote for the Black Label imprint. I believe he wrote Suicide Squad 2, if I'm not mistaken. This book collects the 3-issue miniseries Joker Killer's Smile, along with the Batman Smile Killer one-shot, which is a follow-up to this thing. And as you can tell, the thing with Black Label is, the one thing I can definitely tell right away, their trades are bigger than normal sized trades. For no apparent reason. Why did I get this? Because of the Batman trade. What do you expect? Now, this mostly put does feature Batman and the Joker, but mostly put, they're like side characters compared to this serial killer who's a clown, who's not the Joker, killing people. And it's kind of the story here. For a mini-series featuring Batman and the Joker, it is strange, focus on characters, not them. The series got really good artwork, I at least gotta admit that. Andreas Sarita, which I've seen this artwork before. I do enjoy this artwork. I believe this is the artist. Well, some of the artwork is a bit strange, to say the least. Yeah, you have Joe killing people. And then we cut to the, regular style artwork. A little bit of a dark painted style. I mean, I do appreciate the art style. But here's the thing. Now, this is also the same artist who did Green Arrow. Yes, who did the Jeff Lemire for Green Arrow. So we got the reunion of the popular Green Arrow run for here. Okay, fine. Except that the writing here is okay. I would say of all the Jeff Lemire books I've reviewed so far, this is probably his weakest book to date that I've come across. It's okay. I'm giving it 8 out of 10. Nothing really discussed much to discuss that one. This one, plenty to discuss. Next one we have is Superman New Krypton Volume 4, which collects Superman World of New Krypton, issues 6 through 12. 6 discussed because that actually is the start, is actually the opening issue of the codenamed Patriot storyline. Issue 7 and 12 basically deals with what happens next on Krypton. Well, Zod is a coma briefly, he gets out of it. We also see appearance in here by Adam Strange. Yes, Adam Strange is in here. He's accused of murder. And, the thing is, Superman's able to prove very easily that Adam Strange is to kill him. Number one, he didn't know him. He had no motive. He had no motive. The weapon he uses wasn't even fired. And he was killed by somebody else. They spent 2 issues basically exploring that concept. Which I thought that was really cool on basically the writer of this limited series. Which, by the way, the writer of this book, now issues 6 to 12. Well, let's see. The issues themselves are written by James Robertson and Greg Rucka. The artwork is most of them by 2 different artists. You have Pete Woods and Ron Randall. Now, I do appreciate the guest appearance of Adam Strange. I thought it was a really cool idea. I mean, I personally loved it. Yeah, and I do appreciate, though, the fact that they, even though they include the opening issue, it says, basically, they included this in the trade here for right after they have issue 7. Follow Superman's pursuit of General Zod's assassin in the Superman Conan Patriot collection. Good. They should probably not include issue 6. I'm not sure why they included it. What they should have done is put this here first and basically just there. So, we begin right afterwards. They resolve it pretty easily. By the way, Ursa herself does her own thing in here. She doesn't really work with Superman much at all in this limited series. And then, of course, they get into a war with the Thanagarians. Yes, they go to war with them briefly. Yeah, we have Kryptonians versus Thanagarians. Interesting. Though they have gone into an armistice pretty easily. Yeah, so the Thanagarians, they come to an agreement. This last issue 7 through I think like 9. And then of course then we have Gem, son of Saturn. Now you're probably thinking, Nick, who the heck is this guy? Well, from what I read about this guy was actually supposed to replace him for Martian Manhunter back in the 70s. What? Seriously? He was supposed to replace him? Yes, he had a very brief ongoing series in the 70s, and this was his return since then. He's made sporadic appearances since then. He's basically, in a way, Saturn's version of Martian Man, except he's more of a dictator. He's basically the ruler of the planet. And that happens at the end of issue 8. So basically, first 2 issues are Hungarians, and then issue 8 basically deals with the people from Saturn, which is all about the biocity of Kandor. And that's done pretty quickly, and then of course you have Zod out of his coma. And then the end of the issue we have Adam Strange over a dead body, and obviously everybody with Superman realizes he killed that he's accused of basically killing him. They're like, Adam Strange, what are you doing here? Yeah, and after basically going through the mystery, and of course they do solve the murder, and then of course reveals the reason why he's here. He is here to basically, as a protest again, on behalf of Rand, and of course this last from issues, basically from the end of issue 9, it goes straight to issue number 11. And of course it's kind of wrapped up with issue 12. This whole storyline of who killed this particular person. And basically, now Adam Strange, like I mentioned, he's here basically protested, and he goes home, and then of course basically we have basically like a calm before the storm, like Superwoman pays a visit, who was actually Lucy Lane. Yep. And everything goes fine, and then Brainiac returns. Yep. Brainiac returns at the end of issue 12 to set up the last stand of the new Krypton storyline, and then it leads into War of the Superman. It basically is next thing happened here. This is still really good. I give this book roughly a 9.5 out of 10. Final thoughts on the World of New Krypton limited series, because with this I pretty much have gotten it done. So you think, okay, for this new Krypton stuff, what else is there left to go? The Mon-El stuff from Superman, the new Krypton story, the last day of New Krypton, and War of the Superman. And that's it. Yep, so I would probably say at this point in time, I've got about 50% of the new Krypton stuff done. Just gotta go through a handful more trades. I think I have about 5 more, because you got 2 volumes to collect the Mon-El stuff. You have 2 volumes of the last New Krypton, and then you have War of the Superman. Basically, you have 5 more trades to review, and that's it. War of the Supermen, that is the conclusion to all this. And then basically the next step is basically just the grounded storyline in Superman, which lasts for a whole freaking year. And in the case of Action, that was happening with Superman. In the case of Action Comics, it's Lex Luthor take over 10 issues. Then Superman takes it back the book in issue 900, and then that leads into stuff related to Doomsday, which I'll discuss more about that when I finish up discussing the storyline. But yeah, a big portion of the storyline is done. Yep. It's something though, this series ends with issue 12 and leads directly into Last Stand of Krypton. Yeah. Just really good here. Still good stuff here. I don't get why there was one. I only watched one reviewer who apparently at the time was not a fan of this whole new Krypton stuff. He basically just trudging along for a while. He just did what everyone. He basically wanted to suit back in Metropolis so badly. And I read this, I'm like, this actually is good storytelling. It's new ideas. It just one Superman fan didn't like it very much. I don't know how other people felt about this whole new Krypton storyline. Anybody who I'm putting it out there, okay? Anybody who actually, I was not reading this particular storyline when it was coming out. I didn't start reading Superman until about 2011. It was a little bit later I got into Superman. Of course, I got into a lot of the pre-Flashpoint stuff too. I read everything related to Superman. Well, in the case of Superman himself, well, I've read several of his ongoing series. Well, there are still two of his series I have not fully read yet, and that's been Action and Superman. I have not fully read those at all. The first I've got done for Action Comics is mostly around the mid-'80s as far as I got with that one. Same with Superman. But books like Detective Comics and Batman, I've read all of it. I read the whole thing. But, yeah. I think Adam Strange Team is interesting because first we had Green Lantern have a couple issues and have the last night with Adam Strange. I thought that was interesting to say the least. Yes. But yeah, what happens last time New Krypton? Find out what your hands on the trades. Okay, so that's it. Particular view. That's probably a video today. So I think probably tomorrow I'll probably do a chance to that Doctor Who review and maybe another comic corner or two. Okay, next video. Bye.